But just in the spring practice, and I know there's a lot of injuries, but what was really great is the guys that came out and competed. And we were able to get better, and we were able to find depth. And you look at our defensive front, we didn't have our starting guys that started from a year ago, but it was good to see us take Marcus Smith and move him from linebacker to defensive end. Randy Salmon had an outstanding spring, Thylon, and Jermaine Brooks. Jermaine Brooks came in here weighing right at 370, has slimmed down to 310, and he moved very well to be that size now. He's going to help this football program. Then you look on the offensive side of the ball, Morrow didn't get a chance to go through spring practice, but Cupper got a lot of work. Hernandez, a guy that we felt like that we needed to find some offensive tackles. Hector had an outstanding spring, and Kessling on the other side. It's critical that we build our front seven on offense, build our front seven on defense, because the core of this football team is going to depend on that group of guys. I told our defensive front just the other day, if we're going to have an outstanding football team, it's got to come within that defensive line room. When you look at Scruggs, you look at B.J. Butler, you look at some depth that we've built with Randy Salmon, Don, and Thylon, just guys that we have enough bodies now for those guys to go take that next step and become the dominant group. Last year I put it on the offensive line. That was a very mature group of guys, and now we'll put it on the defensive front. Well, we're in the secondary. We have a lot of issues. We're not very good right now in the secondary. We're not. We had to find us two corners. Have not found two corners yet. At the safety position, when you look at just how fortunate our Holden has come and Akeem Smith, two guys that started last season, but it really had a really outstanding spring for us. But the defensive, the cornerback position is an area that we're going to have to find some players there. And I don't know what's going to come from the freshmen. The way he took Charles Gainsman from wide receiver to defensive back, but we have to find us two corners that are going to be stable, two corners, because we play so much man coverage, they're going to have to be able to cover. The linebacker position, Dexter Heyman, anytime you have a backer and you think about the core of your defense, the leadership has to come from the linebacker position. Dexter Heyman has to become a leader for us at that position. Preston Brown's a guy that had a good spring, but the thing about Preston is that he's still learning the position, and he has to come home for us. But we feel pretty comfortable that we have guys that have started for us, guys that have played at the back position. And as you look at our defense, we lost a lot of guys. You lost Brandon Heath, you lost Malcolm Tatum, you lost Roddy Knapp with all the sacks. But you feel like the defense can come together. You can find two corners, then you have a chance to go play really good defense. Because in our plan to win, you have to play great defense. You have to do that. And what we expect it from our defense. On the offensive side of the ball, talk about the offensive line, but the quarterback position, it's a position where you have Will Stein, and the thing that you like about Stein is he's so competitive. He's a guy that's been a winner. You look at what he did at Trinity and the games that he's won. He knows how to win. And the only thing we need him to do is manage the offense. Whomever that quarterback is, whether it's Teddy, whether it's Will Stein, whether it's Dominique, whoever the quarterback position is, we just need him to manage the offense and just don't turn the ball over. And we don't need him to make a great play, just get the ball in the playmaker's hand, because we feel like you have enough with Vic Anderson, you got Chichester, you have Bellamy, Andrell Smith didn't go through spring practice, Michael Lee didn't get a chance to go through spring ball. But you're building a group of guys and you have enough skilled guys where if you can just get the ball in their hands, they can go make plays for us. And then you look at the kicking, Phil Potts, very solid, has been solid, was solid last season, and did a really good job this spring of punting the ball and kicking the ball. Him and Bleaser both. But this team is still a young football team. We're a very young football team. And the leadership, you have 12 seniors, and what's amazing is next year's class you have 13. So there's 25 guys missing, and you need those 25 guys just for depth, but you don't have it. So it's nothing you really can do about it. So we're just going to have to go and recruit, and that's what we're going to have to do. But just with the leadership of those 12 guys, when you look at Hector Hernandez, you look at Kessling, you look at Chichester, you look at Bellamy, you look at Vic Anderson, you have some guys there in place that can be a leader for you. Now, the young guys have to come, and they have to come and help us, and have to help this football program. And that's what we're going to have to do to go take that step. Because what you like about last season, you had 25 seniors. And you had 25 seniors that really, really wanted to win. and we were very fortunate to get to a bowl game. Now, what's going to happen with this team this year is that it's going to be a whole new expectation, new challenge for us. But you have a group of guys that the 12 seniors, can they take this football team and go lead this football team? And will then, can they have enough influence and enough impact on a group of guys behind them where they can get them to follow? And that's what's going to be critical for us this coming season.